From News 19, I'm meteorologist Daniel Bonds. Here's our hurricane frequency timeline. Today is May 23rd, so here we are. Season officially begins June 1st, and hurricanes and tropical systems can occur before and after the official beginning and end of hurricane season. You see the peak there, September 10th. After we get past the peak, typically the frequency does drop. Last day, at least officially, is November the 30th. So far this season, no tropical activity, at least named storms, but earlier in the year, back in January, we had an unnamed subtropical storm mid-January or so, and this was determined on May 11th following a post-storm analysis. The National Hurricane Center determined that this little system had been a subtropical storm. So officially this was the first storm of the year, but it is going to go down unnamed. Here's one of the tropical season forecasts. This one is from Colorado State, indicating 13 named storms, 6 hurricanes, 3 major hurricanes. You see the average here of 14, 7, and 3, and last year we had 14, 8, and 2, so that was right in line for the average from 1991 to 2020. NOAA will announce their 2023 Atlantic hurricane season outlook on Thursday, so that'll be something we'll be looking forward to see what NOAA is predicting as far as hurricanes and tropical systems are concerned this season. Here are the names of the 2023 Atlantic hurricane season. You can see them there: Arlene, Brett, Cindy, Don, Emily, Franklin, Gert, Harold, and you go on down the line there. Hopefully we don't get too deep into this list, so we'll keep our fingers crossed that the activity stays below normal. Now, water temperatures pretty warm, especially Gulf of Mexico. You see the Gulf Stream here of some very warm water along the southeastern coast. Compared to what we typically would see this time of year, it is a little bit above normal. This yellow coloring here is above normal temperatures, so above normal right now. Officially though, no tropical activity is expected over the next 7 days, according to the National Hurricane Center. But I will tell you, there is an area that is worth watching over the next few days. This is a tropical forecast. This is showing at least the potential for maybe a little something kind of spinning up off the southeastern coast. You notice the American model here showing that low pressure system, and then you see the European model also showing a low pressure system over the weekend. So this is something we'll be watching, but officially the National Hurricane Center isn't watching this at this point. Here's the European model once again, showing that little bit of a spin there. That low pressure starting to develop over Friday and into the weekend, bringing rain to parts of the Carolinas and looks like to the Outer Banks of North Carolina. So looks like it could be a wet weekend along the coastal region of South and North Carolina. The American model showing a little bit of a different scenario, but still showing that low pressure system developing and then moving onshore. As far as rainfall amounts are concerned, as of right now, this is from the Weather Prediction Center. You know, it's just trace amounts for the majority of South Carolina and the Midlands, but the farther east you go, those potential rainfall amounts do increase because of all that moisture that is expected along the coast over the weekend. Fairly typical to have a system form in that area. This light blue area is where early seasons storms typically form, so if we do see one develop or something develop off the southeastern coast, that's pretty typical for this time of the year. Here are some of the July paths. Notice it does expand a little bit down towards the Lesser Antilles, and then as we go into August, the area of concern does expand even more, and especially as we go into September. You know, there's a lot of places where tropical activity can develop. As we get into October, the areas start to decrease, obviously, as hurricane season does start to wind down, and certainly into November, the odds of having much activity drops a lot. Last year, we were at least somewhat impacted by 3 named systems: Nicole, Colin, and Ian. I say somewhat because Nicole didn't do a whole lot towards the Palmetto State, or especially the Midlands, but you notice at least we had 3 that were in the area last year. So hurricane season officially begins on June 1st. It continues until November 30th. It's a long season. We'll be tracking it all season long.